Very good. I got recording going, hun.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sweetheart? What's going on with you?
Just laying here while the puppies are napping.
Yeah, how's it going with the puppies?
Good. They're doing really well.
They're doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, it's good to see you again, my friend.
You too.
So, anything in
My other dog's not liking them too much, but
Oh, the dog will get used to them. You know that. How's the potty training going?
she had them. She was working with them on puppy pads, so they do okay for the most part.
Okay, well that's good though.
But of course, they're babies, so they've had accidents.
How
But
old are they now?
9 weeks.
9 weeks. Oh, you got your hands full, honey, and you got two of them at that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody particularly want me to talk to, or you tell me what?
Just whoever you feel comes through.
Okay, let me see for a minute here. Um, let's see what I'm hearing, sweetheart. Give me a second. Now, your grandmother's passed away, yes? One of them is?
No, both of them are still alive.
Both of them. Okay. This might be your. Did you know your great grandparents, your great grandmothers?
No, both of them passed before I was born.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I got to do this. Give me a second. I got to do bubbles too. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I'm.
Okay.
Hold on. Bubbles is freaking out. Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. I have to do this while they're barking. I'm sorry. Hold on. Bubbles is being bad. I'm sorry, Christine. I'm so sorry. I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, but they just happened to be barking at this time, and I know PD is not happy with me. He came running back over to the window. Okay, Bubbles is quiet for right now. Okay, very good. Okay. Oh, thanks, Matt. Everybody says I look pretty today. Uh-oh. He'll come back running over here. There we go. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. One of your grandfathers passed away?
Both.
Both of them. Okay. Do you have any military connection again? Because I don't remember. I don't remember any of the readings. As you guys know, I just don't remember. I'm not supposed to remember.
My dad's dad was Navy.
Your dad's dad. Now your dad's still. That's right. We talked about this. Your dad's still alive. Your dad's dad was Navy. Very good. I just thanked him for his service. He said, "Thank you so much. I appreciate that." Let's see what else. Who's this? Tammy, honey, I'm in the middle of a reading, darling. I can't have you come live with me right now, but after the reading, if you want to stay here, you can come live with me on my Instagram. Let's see what else I'm hearing for you, sweetheart. Shelly is here, of course, your dog, because her name was Shelly, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And she's very happy to see that you're doing so well since you lost her.
The puppies certainly help,
And
knowing that she's part of them.
Oh no, definitely. I do see her. I do see her, and they're similar to her. Are they not, like, their personalities? Do you think, or no?
They are. Presley has a lot of her, like her sass, and it's funny. When we picked her up, I was holding her, and she just kind of laid her head on my chest and just looked up at me.
She just kind of knew who you were. That's how I feel. She just kind of knew who you were.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I kind of took it. Like she knew.
Well, I also feel like the puppy knew that she would be safe with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, everything happens for a reason. And I know that you wish you had more years with Shelly, but it just wasn't meant to be.
She was 18, so I know she had a long life, but
She did, and she had a very good life, she says, but you know what? She says that I really am okay. Sure you do, Matt. Sure you have a favor to ask me. And Christine, I don't know if you know the story, but I was trying to give this guy Travis a chance, and then yesterday he texted me, "I have a favor to ask of you." Nope, sorry, I already know what the favor is, and I said no thanks. You know what it means when they ask you if you have a favor, right?
Mm-mm.
They want money from you. They're going to ask you to borrow money.
Oh.
Can you help me pay something? So I BLOCK'd him because, listen, it is what it is. I try to give people a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're not married, are you?
I'm not.
I didn't think so. Would you consider your children your dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're gonna have your hands full with those dogs. I feel they're gonna be a handful, sweetheart. They're gonna be a handful. Is one of them like a black and white color dog, or like one of them have white in it?
They both do, but Grace is more white than anything else. She's white with one little brown spot on her back.
What did you name the other one?
Grace.
And what's the other one?
Presley.
Presley. I thought you got two puppies.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other puppy's name? Oh, just Grace and Presley. Oh, I thought you already had a dog, Presley.
No, we had Shelly who passed, and then the puppies were born on Elvis's birthday. So Presley was the one that we were originally getting, and then my parents agreed to let me get the other one, so I named her Grace after Gracelyn.
You know, I don't talk to Elvis Presley as much as I need to because I know that he's here with me. It's a long story, Instagram, how Elvis is here with me, but he's been here with me since last year. I don't talk to him as much. I feel like he feels neglected, and I feel so bad about that. I don't even talk to my husband enough, but it's nice knowing that my husband's at peace. You know, your grandfather, so your mom's dad is passed, correct?
Her stepdad, yeah.
Oh, her
the man she
stepdad.
considers her dad.
Oh, so she's not her. What about her paternal father? She didn't really have anything to do with him?
No.
I feel like he just wasn't in her life for some reason.
He wasn't. But the man she considers her dad has passed.
Did you know if he had heart issues, heart problems, or heart issues?
He did.
Okay, because that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the heart stuff with him. Heart attack? I just heard heart attack.
Mm-hmm. That's what he passed from, a massive heart attack.
Okay. Do you have any S names around you? I just heard the name Scott or Scotty or some kind of S names. Excuse me. If you don't, it's okay. Don't fret on it. It's okay. I just heard S names. It's okay. No worries.
I mean, my grandma's nickname is Sue. Or Susie.
Interesting. How did that come about?
I have no idea because her birth name is Leela.
I think you told me that before, and I feel like I felt like a connection with you because my mom's name was Sue. My grandmother called her Susie, but her name was Suzanne. But everybody called her Sue or Suzanne's, but her name was, my grandmother called her Susie. Her mom, but my grandmother was more of a mom than my actual mom was, and it was unfortunate, and I hate that and everything. How's your mom doing? What did she say about the reading that we gave her last time?
She enjoyed it. I know she was hoping to hear from her brother more, but after we talked, she's like, Chris must have just needed to get his piece out.
Yeah, I think
my
so.
half-brother.
You know, I can't force who talks to me. You guys understand that, right? I cannot force who talks to me ever. And that's just how it is. I just can't, I can't do stuff on demand because that's not how it normally works, you know?
Yeah, and I think Chris just needed to get what he had to say out.
I think so too. But I know that he's okay. So you knew your uncle, did you not? You knew your uncle very well, did you?
My half brother?
No,
or my mom's brother.
Your mom's brother.
No, he died way before I was born.
Oh, okay. That's the brother she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he was young.
Yeah.
Was he like in his 20s, maybe early 30s when he passed, do you know?
He was 18, 19.
Yeah, because I was feeling 20s for him, but yeah, that's crazy. I know he does. Oscar loves talking to me. I love talking to Oscar. Um, let's see what else.
I always tease my cousins, telling them that I would be my uncle's favorite because I'm the one that's into music out of most of my cousins. And Mom's like, "How do you know?" I said, I know. I would be his favorite."
Let me ask you, was there some kind of accident that took his life? Your uncle? Your mom's brother?
He had cancer.
He had cancer. Okay. Well, I heard accident, so I'm not sure who that was for. God, I remember now. He was so young.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, poor guy. I know when he passed away, it was very hard on your mom.
It was.
It was very hard on your mom, and she was older than him, wasn't she not?
Mm-mm, she's younger.
He was older. Older. Okay. It's funny when I hear older, I don't know who, in reference. I'll hear one word. I'll hear older or younger, and so I'm thinking, well, is it for you? Or is it for the person I'm reading for?
Mm-hmm.
When they tell me that, because I don't know. Sometimes
And
I
it's
do,
called
sometimes
it's
I don't.
caused her a lot of
Was she around 14, 13 or 14 when he passed?
she would have been like 15, 16.
Okay. Did she maybe just turn 15 or 16 when he passed? Because I feel like she was not.
Probably really close because her birthday was March.
Yeah.
And he passed in February.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That's because that's what he's telling me. I mean, that's what he's telling me. I don't think your mom knows this, but I do believe that he's her guardian angel. Because I honestly feel like he was really trying to protect her most of her life because he really cared about your mom.
He
really
he was the only boy with 4 sisters.
Yeah, I feel like losing him he was such an integral part of all the sisters. Like losing him was very devastating for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it was tough for your grandparents as well.
He actually he passed on their biological dad's birthday.
Wow. That's crazy.
I always say it's kind of karma because of what he did to his kids.
Abandonment was huge in the family.
Mm-hmm.
With your mom and her sisters. Of course, him too for Chris, but abandonment was huge. I feel like it wrecked with their self-esteem. I feel like I don't know if they ever blamed themselves, but I feel like it's possible that they could have blamed themselves for that's how they felt. Like why is dad not here? What did I do to cause him to leave? That's how kids reasoning. They blame themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this whole time I've not been playing my music and I didn't realize it. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm turning it up because my son's game is very loud. So yeah. Let's see what else I'm hearing for you, sweetheart. My son is not deaf, so I don't know why he plays his game so loud. It's so annoying. That's why I close his door a lot. Because I'm like, please shut your door, please shut your door. Let me see what else I'm feeling for you, sweetheart. I feel like your uncle just wants everybody to know that he is okay. He's doing well. That he's okay. He loved being alive. He did not want to pass away. He just did not want to pass away. But he was not ready to pass away. But he had no choice. There was nothing he could do. Let's see who else I'm hearing for you, sweetheart. Did you know any of your great-grandparents?
I think I met my dad's grandfather maybe once or twice.
But you don't really know enough about them to validate anything, do you?
I know about my mom's grandmother.
Okay, well, let me ask you
never
this.
met
I'm
her.
hearing about somebody who might have or had Alzheimer's or dementia. Do you relate to that?
That's my grandma currently.
That's your grandmother. Is this your mom's mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Has it progressed kind of quickly?
Yes.
Like, the last 6 months has it gotten really bad?
Mhm.
Because I feel like it's progressing really quickly, sweetheart.
Mhm.
Um, is she in her 70s, maybe early 80s? Your grandmother?
Yes. 80. She'll be 84
I heard 83.
this year.
So she's
She's 83 now. She'll be
okay.
84 this
Okay,
year.
very good. Very listen. It is what it is. I hear everything. Normally, I hear the right ages. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. It just depends, you know.
And the grandfather that you felt with the heart attack, that was her third husband.
Her third husband. Interesting.
And that was the best thing that ever happened to her.
Yes, third time's a charm. I just heard third time's a charm. Oh my gosh. I honestly feel like your grandmother did not have the best choice in men growing up. I'm just being honest with you.
I, I still say she only married her first husband, her children's father, because he resembled Elvis, but he was a loser.
Let me ask, was there any abuse in your grandmother's life from these men? Like physical or
Not
emotional?
not that I know of, not that she's ever told me.
And, you know, it might be something she's never talked about. I feel like there's a lot of emotional stuff going on though with these two guys. I don't like fighting and emotional, like not physical probably, but like I feel like a lot of emotional stuff was going on with her sweetheart.
I know the first one, there was a lot of infidelity. The second one, from the stories I've heard from my mom, he was just crazy.
That doesn't surprise me a bit. That doesn't surprise me a bit.
But then she met who I consider my grandfather, and he just
I have to tell you something. You know, your mom did not have the best role model, I don't believe,
mm-mm,
when it came to men. Did your grandmother's father, do you know if he was in the picture by chance?
no.
Because I don't think she had the best role model when it come to men. So it showed in who she chose in her life. You know what I'm saying?
hmm And her stepfather, from the stories I've heard, was not the greatest either.
Yeah, I feel there's a lot of emotional stuff going on with her and a lot of just pent pent up things from her childhood. Honestly, I just
hmm
don't feel like I don't feel like she had a stable childhood. Do you know if that was true? Because I just feel like she did not have a very stable childhood.
Not from the stories I've heard, but her mom did the best she could, raising 9 kids, mostly on her own.
9 children. That is an absolute craziness. 9 children is wow. That's wild. That is so wild. Wow.
And the stories I've heard about her mom, it's funny because my grandma tells me, or used to tell me, that there's a lot of traits that I have from her mom that are just wild because I never met her.
And,
She died the year before I was
that
born.
genetics plays a part in that. You understand that? Genetics plays a big part in that.
Well, these are things like ways that I cook that nobody taught me. They're just things that I do that she's like, "Who showed you that?" I was like, "Nobody." And she's like, "Well, why do you do that?" I said, "I don't know. I just do it." And she's like, "Well, that's what my mom used to do."
Yeah, I think it's just genetics. That's genetics is a fascinating thing if you guys think about it. It's a fascinating thing. And so it's just one of those things that's unexplainable.
hmm I always tell my grandma, I was like, God knew there wasn't enough room for you, me, and Granny. There wasn't.
True. I agree with that, sweetheart. I agree with that. Let's see what else I'm hearing for you, sweetheart.
Well, hopefully my grandfather is not ready for my grandma to come with him yet, because I am not ready.
No,
So,
no, no, no. Honey, you got a long life ahead of you, sweetheart. I see you down the road.
well, I mean, my grandma. I hope my grandfather is not ready for my grandma yet, because I am not
No,
ready.
but you know her Alzheimer's is progressing very fast, darling. It's going to be sooner than you realize.
Yeah.
Like it's possible it could be I heard next year, so that is quite a possibility because I just feel
hmm
like it's progressing very fast. So it's just one of those things that you have to deal with it. There's no way around it, sweetheart. You understand? There's no way
hmm
around it.
But I know he watches out for her. I know he watches out for the family.
He does. He does. He's always around. He's always around.
I wish my niece and nephews would have gotten to meet him because he was the best of the best.
Well, before everybody gets pregnant, they do. Excuse me, what are you doing? Stop, Ollie. Just come on, get up if you're gonna get up. Get up if you're gonna get up. Just don't touch my plug. Quit. He's trying to push on my plug to push up onto the windowsill because he doesn't have a lot of room. Like, what are you doing? He must think that's like a step or something. And he's trying to push up on my plug. Oh, stop it. I have my window cracked, and the cats are fascinated because they can smell shit outside. So I have my window cracked right now. And so, like, it's not enough for them to get out, but they're still fascinated with it because I guess they're not used to smelling the outside. I don't know. Let's see what else I'm hearing for you, sweetheart. Excuse me. Who was cremated around you? I just heard about somebody being cremated.
My Aunt Michelle.
Good name. Good name for a good woman. Michelle's a good name. Michelle's a good name. I have to admit. Don't you think, or no?
Yes. And oddly enough, she was cremated and then also buried, which I didn't understand, but
Was she buried by a tree or something?
it's a very small cemetery surrounded by trees and next to a pond.
Okay. Maybe they just didn't want somebody maybe they just didn't want somebody stealing her body. Who knows why that happens?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's just one of those things.
And thinking about it, my uncle by marriage was also cremated.
Oh, okay. You knew this Aunt Michelle, did you not?
I did.
Did she happen to have cancer by chance?
She did not.
She did not. Okay, but other people around you have, because I feel a lot of cancer with you guys.
Yeah. The uncle that was cremated did.
Okay. Like, I'm hearing the number 3. I don't know if this was Michelle. Has she been gone for like the last 2 or 3 years? Possibly, or the last few months or something, because I heard the number 3. And sometimes when I hear numbers, I don't know what to do with it, to be honest with you.
She has been gone for 10 years, I think, but 3 is my favorite number.
Oh, my favorite number is 5, girl. 5 has come up in my life so many times. I don't know why, but that seems to be my favorite number is 5. And it's my lucky number.
Always ended up being like my soccer number. Do
you sometimes, like, I feel like 3 also plays a part, not just your favorite number, but do you do things in 3s, or do you sometimes, like, I don't know. Okay. Do you have anxiety?
I do.
Because I feel anxiety. And have you ever had panic attacks?
I do.
Okay, because I'm feeling that. Do you feel like the dogs calm you down? I feel like these dogs you got, do they keep you grounded?
They do.
I feel like your anxiety, like, I also feel like you have a lot of triggers as well, sweetheart, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Get a lot of triggers and stuff as well.
And that's what I loved coming home from work with Shelly, is I would come home and I could hold her and just lay on the couch with her, and that was kind of my calming. So losing her, I didn't have that anymore. So now coming home, or now having the puppies, I can hold them.
Yeah. And they're going to grow to love you just as much as you love them already. You understand that.
It's funny because Presley actually fell asleep with me holding her just like I used to hold Shelly last night.
Aw, that's amazing.
And I told my mom, I was like, this almost makes me want to cry. And she's like, why? I was like, because while I'm happy, it also makes me sad.
Of course it's going to for a while, but I know you didn't replace Shelly, but at the same time, you're gonna give dogs so much love,
Mm-hmm.
And that's amazing.
Oh, we've already spent a small fortune on them between toys and blankets, and but they're worth it.
You don't have a significant other, do you?
I don't. I'm with my family.
That's okay. That's okay. No worries. You know, are you trying to start dating out of curiosity? Or is that
I have. It just hasn't worked out for me. I seem to attract people who are either mentally unstable or mostly just mentally unstable.
listen, I don't think you're doing that on purpose. I feel like you're attracted to a certain thing, and then by the time you find this certain thing, this person, then you're like, you realize, oh wait, there's all this shit wrong with them. I don't think it's on purpose. I feel like you just have a preference. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so, nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I would like to find somebody because I would like to have a family, even if I can't have kids of my own due to medical reasons. I would like to.
Have they ever told you you can't have children?
It's a possibility. I have PCOS, so it's a possibility that I might not be able to.
Yes, yes, Dana, I do, sweetheart. Donation, yes, I do. Excuse me 1 second. I gotta get comfortable here. I gotta get fixed. I start falling down.
I would love to have kids of my own, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. And also with my age,
No, you're in your 30s, aren't you?
I am. I'm 37.
Yeah. And you pose a higher risk of having children. You can always foster. You can always adoption is a lot, but they have like this you've heard of it, big brothers and big sisters. That's something if you're needing some kind of fulfillment. Big Brothers and Big Sisters is a good organization for you to try to spend time with young children that need you. And so I feel that's possible for you. That's something you could look into as well. To give you that, if you can't have your own kids, at least spend time with kids,
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you'd be a good mom if you ever had children, or you could be, and it's a good foster parent as well. I think that'd be amazing.
That is the one thing I have wanted since I was younger, is to be a mom.
Have you looked?
But I was also
into fostering anybody.
I have not, because I still live with my parents, so there's not really any room here to do that.
I get it, and there's nothing wrong with you live with your parents. My 2 grown children, we live together. It's for my son, after I lost my husband, did not want me living alone, so we got a place together. It was meant at the time. How we got this house last year was that the guy that had the listing, I took care of his mother when I worked at home instead. So he gave me this place with no questions asked. He like, just come over here, sign the lease, because he already knew who I was. He knew I was already a good person, how I took good care of his mother. See, karma does come back to you. If you're good to people, it's going to come back to you in the end. And I feel taking care of his mom, Mary, helped me get this place in the future. I'm just being honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's why karma is real. If you're a good person, it's going to come back to you tenfold for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's what I had told my mom. I was like, well, I guess getting a house right now, I have to figure that out because I don't want to separate the puppies. But one of them is technically mine, but I don't want to separate them because they're so close.
So you couldn't bring the puppies with you? What is one your parents and one yours?
One is my mom's and one is mine.
Oh, I'm sure she'd let you have the dog if you ever moved.
I doubt it.
You don't.
Presley is her baby.
You don't think so?
No.
I get it. It's tough when you have dogs. I did not want to resort to this, but I had to for my own sanity, and it's freaking worked. You guys know how loud my dogs always are. They're so quiet right now. I'm telling you, if you guys don't get these bark collars for your dogs, something's missing. And it's just the vibration part works. I don't even have to do the shocking. The vibration works in itself. So yeah. No.
Yeah, we had one for our blue heeler. It was an automatic one. It would kind of buzz and beep when he would bark.
Did it work?
It did, for the most part. He eventually, I don't know if he messed it up or if he just barked until it died. And then he got it off, and I think it just got left out in the rain because he figured out how to get it off.
That's why you got to get these rechargeable ones, because the receivers are rechargeable. They don't run out of battery. You just got to keep them charged up. And this is chargeable too. And it's been full the last 2 days. I haven't had to charge it, so it lasts for a while.
But now he just sits at the back fence and just watches people, and he will only bark if they're close enough to the house that he knows that they're not supposed to be there.
And that's what I'm hoping with my dogs too. They will only bark. They bark just because they want to bark. So that's what I'm hoping. And then, you got a lot of work ahead of you to train these puppies, my friend. I have a feeling that Shelly will be right there along with you, darling, when you train these dogs. You know what I'm saying?
I've shown them both her picture, and we have a piece of her hair that the vet cut for me, and I've let them both smell it so that they know her smell, because I'm sure her smell is still here in the house.
I'm sure it is, because it's, she hasn't been gone too long, and that smell, dogs, you know how dogs can smell.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. So, it is what it is.
I keep trying to introduce them to Peanut, but he's just not having it. He's like, nope. I don't like these little pipsqueaks. But hopefully he'll come around.
Yeah, I think so. That just takes time, sweetheart. It just takes some time. That's all you can do.
They were wrestling around the living room this morning, and I looked at him. I was like, you're supposed to lay down the law. You're older.
No.
Go down there and tell them who's boss.
Doesn't always work that way, my friend. It does not always work that way.
He just looked at me. He's like, yeah, no.
Yeah. I think your uncle wants to give your mom a message. He says, just please tell your mom that I would have done anything to still be here with her. And I feel like the reading the other day, he just was being quiet. He just didn't have much to say, but I know he's been talking now to you. He just wants her to know that he loves her very much, and he wishes he could be here to protect her as always. But everybody that you guys have lost have been here through everything. Your dog is here, your uncle is here, your grandparents, all the grandfathers you've lost. They're all here, sweetheart. They're all here with you guys. And that's just how it is. They never leave you guys. They're always with you guys. My husband's always here. Elvis Presley's always here with me. I need to start talking to Elvis more because I feel bad. I ignore him, and I don't mean to. Elvis Presley is one not to be ignored, and I feel so bad. I ignore him, and I shouldn't. I feel so bad. I get caught up in my life,
I have dreams about the family members that have passed, and I've been told that those are just visits.
They are. They're just coming to say hi to you. I've dreamed about my husband about 3 times since he passed. Each time he's with a new family, so I think it's just his way of telling me that it's my time to start moving forward. And like I said, when I get back from my trip to New Zealand and Australia, I think I'll be ready for dating. I think he's sending me these messages to just let me know that it's time for me to move forward and find somebody else.
Mm-hmm. The only sad part is every time I dream about my grandfather, he never talks.
He's just checking in on you, sweetheart. Sometimes they don't talk. He's just checking in on you, making sure that you're okay, darling. That's it. That's all it is. Sometimes they don't have to say anything. They just look at us and smile, and you know that they're okay. You understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves you very much. Good morning. And he loves you very much, sweetheart. You know that. Just know that for a fact,
Oh, I know. I never doubt that, not one bit. He just sometimes looks very sad and doesn't talk, so it upsets me to think that he's sad and he's not either not moved on or not happy.
I don't think anybody is happy when they pass away. You have to understand that nobody wants to die. So they're not happy because they've passed on, but they just have to deal with their circumstances. But they're not happy that they're gone. No, nobody's happy that they die. I don't think that's the truth. I believe that's true. I don't think anybody's happy that they die. But at the same time, everybody's okay. And good morning, Brittany, and they've lived with their passing because they have no choice, sweetheart. Just like your grandfather, he's had no choice to live with his passing, but he's definitely not happy with it. Nobody's ever happy. I've never heard a happy spirit. All I know is I've heard people that are okay on the other side.
I think this year will be 27 years.
Wow.
Since he passed.
Wow, so you were a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and you still remember him, so that's good.
I do. I still remember the smell of his cologne. I don't remember his voice as much anymore,
Well, you're not going to unless you. It's been 27 years. You're not going. You know, I'm scared to not. I won't remember my husband's voice. Luckily, I have recordings of my husband. I don't have to worry about not remembering his voice. But what if I didn't have those recordings? I'd be afraid that I would forget his voice. You know.
Mhm. And I think that's what makes me sad is I don't remember his voice because he was a very big part of me growing up. You know, when I would come home from school, he would get me off the bus. He would watch after me until somebody else got home, even though he had to work at night and he should have been sleeping.
Right. I understand. I get it. But you know, he has been here your whole life, and that's what you have to understand. Everybody's around us. Everybody's with us. Everybody gives us signs and symbols and numbers, and they give us so much information from the other side. It's absolutely just mind-boggling how they do it. I don't know how the hell they would flicker lights. I don't even know how they would even begin to flicker the lights. They either what they send juju to there. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I just don't know. But I know everybody sends their love, sweetheart. Everybody sends their love from the other side, and that's all they can do, you know.
I know.
Listen, Shelly just wanted me to tell you. She says, "Mom, I love you, and I'm okay." And she's very happy about the puppies. She said, and the puppies see her still. The puppies see her still. Just so you know, sweetheart.
I'm glad. Maybe she can lay down the law.
Maybe so. I don't know how much a ghost dog could do. I don't know how much a spirit dog could do, but it is what it is. I think the difference between a spirit and a ghost is that you can see a ghost and you can't see a spirit. I choose to believe that because I believe a ghost is somebody that has its corporeal form and you can see them, and a spirit is not. I choose to believe that. I honestly don't know the exact thing of each definition, but you know that's what I choose.
I know we see shadows in our house. It doesn't scare me.
No, and it shouldn't because they're not going to hurt you guys.
I know for sure I've seen Shelly because I was sitting on the couch one night and I saw something in the kitchen, and it looked almost like when she would walk into the kitchen to go to her water bowl.
I was going to ask you if her food was in the kitchen because she's making me feel like her food would be in the kitchen. I was just
It was.
I feel like she was getting ready to go eat. Listen, I think they still eat and drink on the other side. I don't know. I don't know how that works. If they get hungry, people have told me, I've heard people say that they can eat on the other side. So I'm choosing to believe they can do the same thing they can do here.
Yep, it was a little shadow just about her size, and I saw it go past the back door where you could still see light coming in from the outside.
Aw, that's amazing. I love that for you.
The other dog was back with my dad, so I knew it wasn't him, and we didn't have the puppies yet, so I was like, nope, that must be Shelly.
It was her. You know it was her for 100%.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't, like I said, the shadows don't scare me.
And that's good.
The lights one day started flickering. I was like, all right, that's enough, and it stopped.
Well, listen, Christina, thank you for doing this reading with me again. I love repeat readings. I think they're amazing. And I will post this on my YT so you can see it, okay?
Thank you so much.
I'll do it this afternoon.
Okay.
Excuse me, on my break. You know my YT, so you'll be able to find it.
Yep.
It'll be my very
Thank
last thing.
you.
I'll post it this afternoon.
Okay.
All right, let me stop.
Thank you.
You're welcome.